Hello everybody, today I am back with a different kind of video, a soft glam makeup look. So first of all, I start off with moisturizing my face with this Marks and Spencer Formula All-in-One Day Cream with SPF 20 in it. Then I make sure that it's all nice and rubbed in, rub. And then I will moisturize my lips with my favorite lip balm, which is the Body Shop Vanilla Chai Lip Balm. Make sure my lips are all nice and moisturized. I then move on to primer, which is this Primark Matte and Smooth Primer. You can use any sort of mattifying primer. I get oily face, especially my T-zone, so I do need a mattifying primer. Now you don't need much of this, literally as you can see I used a tiny little dollop and it covers my whole face. Oh yep, there's me just drinking my cup of tea. Okay, so next I move on with the foundation. I use the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour one. It is absolutely amazing. I have been using this for years. I use it in the color Warm Sun and I think it matches my skin tone and matches my neck absolutely perfectly. And I do think that this foundation is very long wearing. It lasts all day when I go to work and more. So I highly recommend this foundation. I am just using this Real Techniques short bristled brush to blend it all in. I find these brushes so quick at blending the foundation, and I make sure I blend it all the way down past my jawline and just under my jawline, as you can see here. So once that is all nice and blended, I move on to my concealer. I use the Maybelline Erase Eye Concealer in the color Warm Light, and I draw these inverted triangles underneath my eye, a couple of lines on my forehead, and a line down the bridge of my nose. And I use a damp beauty blender to blend all that out, just to hide my dark circles under my eyes. It really brightens up the under eye area, and I bring it all the way above onto my eyelids as well. It creates a lovely base for my eyeshadow. Okay, so once that's done, I move on to a bit of contour. I use this very old contour stick from Primark. It's in the color Dark, and I draw these lines sort of at the bottom of my cheekbones, on my jawline, down the sides of my nose, and a little bit along my hairline. And I use a damp beauty blender to blend all of that out so it looks all nice and seamless. Okay, so once my face looks all blended and sculpted, I move on to setting my face. I use this Collection 2000 pressed powder in translucent, and I mainly just focus on my T-zone because that's where I get the oiliest, and I set my under eye concealer and eyelids in place. Then I like to set my base, so I use this Urban Decay All Nitrous Setting Spray. I make sure I try to cover my hair, and I spray from a 30cm distance, and I let that dry before I move on to my next step. So the next thing I like to do is do my eyebrows. I use this Primark eyebrow pencil in dark brown. I love this, it's super cheap and I always repurchase it. So first I use the spoolie end to brush through all my brow hairs. And then what I do is basically draw a faint line at the bottom of my eyebrows and also at the top of my eyebrows. I don't really touch the actual brows itself, as you'll see here. And here I am just trying to make sure I get the desired shape right. I like to extend my eyebrows a little bit towards the end because my eyebrows are quite short naturally, and I find extending them slightly makes them look a bit more fuller and just nicer, as you can see there. Once I am happy with the shape, I use the spoolie end again to brush all that through so there's no harsh lines. Then I always set my brows in place with this Collection 2000 Color Lash Clear Mascara. I use it as a brow gel and I think it works really well to set them in place and they won't budge. Now it's eyeshadow time. So I am using this Makeup Revolution Tammi Tropical Paradise palette. Look at the colors of this palette, they are beautiful. So first I use this nice burnt orangey brown color all in my crease and then blend it towards the outer corner of my eye in a triangular shape, as you can see, and then I also put some underneath my eye as well and blend that. And then I repeat the same thing on my other eye, make sure that it's all nice and blended, and I also make sure to keep the inner corner of my eye and my main eyelid still clear for the next shimmer shade that I'll be using. So once that's all blended and nice, I am moving on to this beautiful rose gold shimmery shade, and I pack it on to this flat bristled brush. And as you can see, I am concentrating on the middle of my eyelid and the inner corner of my eyelid and just diffusing it and blending it outwards. And I'll keep picking up a bit more shimmer as I go to get the desired amount on my eyelids. And once I am happy with that look, I just make sure both eyes look even. And then I like to highlight the inner corners of my eye by using this light sort of champagne shimmer color. And I put it straight in the inner corner of my eye, blend it slightly downwards and slightly upwards. So once I'm happy with that, I will grab a super fluffy brush and I'm gonna blend all that shimmer and the matte color all together so that it's all nice and blended and seamless. So next on to eyeliner. I like to use this Collection 2000 Extreme 24-Hour Felt Tip eyeliner. It is so easy to use and the fine nib makes it so easy to do a nice flick on the outer corner of your eye. I like to line my eyes by starting with the outer corner. I draw my little flick on the outer corner and then I draw inwards. Now I like it to be slightly thicker on the outer corner and then progressively getting thinner as you come into the inner corner. So I'm gonna try and do that here. Sorry, I know I'm getting really close to the camera and it's really hard to see, but I have to get so close to the mirror when I do my eyeliner, so apologies for that. So once I'm happy that both eyes are looking nice and even, I am going to line my waterline by using this Primark Gold Eyeliner. This is really soft and it's just glides on the waterline and it just helps to define my eyes a little bit more. Okay, so next I'm going to be curling my lashes with these eyelash curlers, and I give them a good squeeze for a good 30 seconds, or as long as I have a patience for, basically. So yeah, kind of do a little pulse and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So the mascara I like to use is this Maybelline Lash Sensational one in Luscious. Any of the Lash Sensational mascaras will work just as well, and I literally just pack this mascara onto all my lashes, starting from the base, wiggling it all the way upwards, and I just apply coats and coats and coats until I get the desired effect. So I'm not going to be using any false eyelashes today. I just find they tend to overwhelm my small eyes sometimes. So today I am just going to go for mascara and just pack it on. And then I also make sure that my lower lashes are not forgotten about. So once I'm happy with all that, I will move on to my contour palette. Now I use this True Complexion contour palette from the US, which I picked up last year when I was over in America. So I'm not really sure if it's available here, but I use it in the medium dark shade, and I use a angled brush to basically set my earlier contour in place and just to accentuate that a little bit more under my cheekbones there. And then I keep blending, blending, blending until there's no sort of harsh line, and I am happy with it. Once I am happy with that, I am going to then move on to blusher. I use this really old palette from Primark. It's called Gold Rush, and I use this pinky peachy shade and I rub it all over the apples of my cheeks, and I use a flat round bottomed brush to do that. So once I'm happy with my blusher, it's time to highlight. And yeah, I use this Makeup Revolution highlighting palette in Reloaded. It's got these 4 beautiful highlighting shades. I kind of mixed the two to get my desired shade. I wasn't sure which one to use, so I just used both. And here I am just putting it on the top of my cheekbones to get a nice little glow. And I use the more golden shade to use on the arch of my eyebrows and down the bridge of my nose. Okay, and then what I like to do is draw my beauty spot back on with my brow pencil. Since it's gotten all covered with my makeup, I just draw it back on. And then I like to set my whole face again with this Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and I let it dry. Okay, now onto my favorite part, my lips. I am going to use this lip liner from Primark in the color Desert Sand to line the edges of my lips and then fill it all in as well. It's a beautiful sort of brownie nude brick sort of color, and I absolutely love it. It's my go-to lip liner. So once I'm happy with how the lip liner is looking, I'm going to be filling it in with this matte liquid lipstick in the shade Gone Rogue by Makeup Revolution. I absolutely love this liquid lipstick. It is the most perfect terracotta brown nude color I have ever seen in my life, and yeah, in love. Oh, I'd forgotten to put in my earrings, so here I am just popping those in. Okay guys, this is my finished makeup look. It's my version of a soft glam. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. I would absolutely love that. I will link all the products in the description box, and will try to link the ones that I can. And please drop me a comment to let me know if you do enjoy watching these sorts of videos. I would also love it if you want to follow me over on Instagram, give me a little follow. I am a lot more active on there and I post outfits of the day and things like that. So I would absolutely love it if you follow me over there. And please feel free to subscribe to my channel if you do want to watch more videos like this. I would love for you to join my little family. Thanks again so much for watching. Bye now.